This is Mac here from jlptbootcamp.com, here with another N5 grammar lesson. This time we're talking about using tari, suru, and deshou. So these are kind of two ways to be a little bit ambiguous in Japanese. So we're going to go over those and talk about how to use those. And to set the scene, your friend is asking about your plans for the day, and he asks, "Kyou wa nani o suru no?" And kyou is today, of course. Wa is the topic marking particle marking the topic as today. Nani is what. O is the object marking particle. Suru. So what object are you doing? What are you doing? And no at the end here is a casual way to make a question. You won't see this in a lot of N5 books, but this is how a lot of people make questions casually that end it with a no. You respond, Benkyou o shitari netari suru yo. So benkyou is study, o is, again, the object marking particle. Shitari is do, so do study. And netari this is the past tense of sleep or to lay down. And suru is required in this structure with tari here. So doing something like studying or sleeping. And yo is the affirmative, like I'm telling you this is what I'm doing. I'm giving you some new information. So you were using the structure tari suru. And this is how to talk about an inexhaustive list of actions or states. Note the inexhaustive there. You're not stating all the possible actions that could take place. For example, in the previous situation, you could study, you could sleep, you could also go out drinking or go for a walk or do something else. You're not limited to those two choices. It's not exhaustive. When you're in Japanese, there's kind of this concept of exhaustive and inexhaustive lists that exhaustive would be you're listing absolutely everything. Inexhaustive is there's other things that aren't mentioned. And you can use this with actions like you did in the example, or you can use this with adjectives. But both, either way you use it, you kind of form this the same way. You have to use the past tense of the verb or the adjective plus re, and then usually another past tense verb or adjective plus re, and then suru. Usually there's two of these. Sometimes in more casual conversation there might just be one to imply like I might do this, but I might do some other things. Or you might actually list up to 3 or 4 things that you could do. But most commonly, in most common situations, you're going to have just 2 items for this grammar point. And just to give you an example with an adjective, you could say, kono chimu wa yowakatari tsuyokatari shimasu. So this team, kono is this, chimu is team, some kind of sports team, baseball team. Wa is marking the topic. Yowai is weak. You change that to past, the past tense of yowai. It's yowakata, and plus the ri. And then tsuyoi is strong. Change that to past tense, tsuyokata, tsuyokatari, shimasu. So again, you have to use change these both into past tense and then plus re. And then that final suru contains all the information about the formality, if it's a past tense, if it's future tense, or I should say non-past tense is what's sometimes called, present or future tense, which is here in shimasu. All that is contained in that last, that verb there, suru. All that information is for the entire sentence. And so you can use it this way to list and to have an inexhaustive list of actions or states. You can use it a couple different other ways. Another common way that you might see at the N5 level is to talk about things, something on and off. And in this situation, you would use past tense verb or adjective, and then the negative past tense verb or adjective, the exact same one. So, for example, this following sentence, sono gakusei wa sensei no hanashi o kitari kikanakatari shimasu. So here, let's just break it down one by one, I guess. Sono is that. Gakusei is student. Wa is topic marking particle. Sensei is teacher. Hanashi is the conversation, the talk that the sensei is giving. And we link those two nouns with the no. And o is the object marking particle. Kita is to listen, past tense, and plus the ri. And then kikanakatari is kikanakata is past tense of negative listening, so not listening in the past tense. And then shimasu. So this sentence basically means that student listens to the sensei on and off, or listens to what the sensei is saying on and off. This is how you would structure that. So kind of a very useful phrase that you can use, going to the gym on and off, or doing any kind of activity on and off. You could use this structure. So moving on, your friend asks you another question, wants to invite you to a barbecue, maybe today. So he asks, koen e barbecue ni ikimashou ka? So koen is park, e is in the direction of, which is kind of linked to the end here, iku, to go, so you're going in the direction of the park. And then barbecue ni, so to the barbecue. And then ikimashou is let's go to the park. Let's go to the barbecue in the park. So let's go in the direction of the park to a barbecue. This is kind of a literal translation there. And you respond, ame ga furu daro. So ame is rain, ga marks it as the subject. And then furu is to rain, to fall, something falling. So, for example, yuki ga furu is snow is falling. Ame ga furu is rain is falling. Daro is the casual form of deshou. And this is a way to express uncertainty about the situation. So you're kind of predicting that it will rain in the future. You're not absolutely sure. You're just predicting based on the weather report or the clouds, the situation that you see outside. Now, the polite form of daro is deshou. And this is what you're going to see on the N5. You're not going to see casual forms on N5 test. And this is a way to express uncertainty about a situation. And you form it by just basically having a plain form sentence plus deshou. So you're expressing some mild uncertainty about a situation. For example, Tanaka-san wa sensei deshou. So Tanaka-san, Mr. Tanaka. Wa, topic marking particle. Sensei is teacher, sensei. And deshou is you're expressing your uncertainty that Mr. Tanaka is a teacher, is a sensei. So you're kind of guessing, you're pretty sure, but you're not 100% sure that he is a teacher. And you can use it in this sense, or another really common way to use it at this N5 level is to use it as a tag question. I use this a lot as a tag question. Even in English, I keep popping in deshou. So again, it's just plain form plus deshou. Like this example, skareta deshou. Skareta is you are tired. Deshou is you're making a guess. So you could translate this as you're probably tired, right? Or you're tired, right? You're kind of checking on someone's condition to make sure they're, are you okay? And there's, if you remember, there's also the particle ne that's used as kind of a tag question as well. And you could also say skareta ne. And it's more forceful. You're more certain, and you're wanting more of a agreement. Whereas deshou is a little bit softer, a little bit more polite. There really isn't a clear difference between ne and deshou. I feel, and just kind of asking around, there isn't a very clear difference between those two using it. But my kind of gut feeling is that ne is more like, wow, yeah, you're really tired, huh? Whereas deshou is like, you're probably tired, huh? Is a little bit softer, a little bit less forceful. So basically, they kind of convey the basic same meaning. One's a little bit more formal, more casual, ne, whereas deshou is a little bit more polite, slightly more indirect. So do you think you got all that, tari suru and deshou? Let's take a quick pop quiz. Can you translate this sentence? On weekends, I watch movies and go shopping and stuff. On weekends, in general, I watch movies, go shopping, and stuff. So that sentence in Japanese would be shumatsu wa eiga o mitari kaimono ni itari shimasu. So shumatsu is weekend, wa topic marking particle, eiga is movie, o is the object marking particle again, mitari is to see, and then the next one, kaimono ni iku. So kaimono is shopping, ni is the particle that means kind of going towards. So this is a bit a special structure where it's noun plus ni plus iku. So go do this thing. Iku, so I'm going in shopping. And ita is, of course, the past tense of to go, shimasu. And one more sentence. That restaurant is probably expensive. You're uncertain about this situation. You're kind of making a guess, maybe from the facade, from the outside of the restaurant, just giving it a once over. You're guessing that it's probably expensive. How would you say that in Japanese? You would say, sono restaurant wa takai deshou. So sono is that, restaurant is, of course, restaurant. Wa is a topic marking particle. Takai is expensive, and deshou is you're expressing your uncertainty. So altogether, that restaurant is probably expensive. So real quick, just to review, today we went over tari suru. This is talking about an inexhaustive list of actions or states. You can use verbs or adjectives in the past tense. You can also use this same structure to talk about doing something on and off, or a particular adjective on and off, like this restaurant is sometimes this, or it's sometimes that. Deshou is expressing uncertainty about a situation. You're making kind of an educated guess about someone or something. Or you can also use it as a tag question in Japanese. That is it for this lesson. If you know someone that happens to be studying for the N5 lesson, I'm sure they would love for you to send them a link to this video or to the channel in general. Help them out, help your friend out, and they can check that out. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this, or corrections or updates. Occasionally, sometimes I will re-release some videos that have a little bit better of a explanation or answer some questions that a lot of people have. Be sure to subscribe to get those videos sent to you when I do publish them. So that's it. Have a good week studying. Be sure to stop by the blog at jlptbootcamp.com. Follow me on Facebook at the JLPT Bootcamp fan page, and of course you can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at JLPTHelp. Follow me any of those three ways, and I will talk to you very soon again. This has been a grammar explanation video from the JLPT Bootcamp premium site. Inside the site, you will find some extra goodies, for example, some cheat sheets for all of the videos. And those cheat sheets include a few things. For example, some common mistakes that people make, as well as some example test questions for the JLPT. If you're interested in taking the JLPT and you want that extra edge, something to kind of push you above and get the points that you need to pass, I encourage you to stop by the website at jlptbootcamp.com/premium. There you can find the cheat sheets as well as some extra practice with the grammar points that I've been talking about today. Hope to see you in the premium site very soon. This has been Mac from jlptbootcamp.com.